That's one way to start the stream off with placing, what is that, 2K andesite? Bro, just be calling everybody a nerd. Crazy. How you doing, Achilles? Wow, like, am I just, like, eating bag for everybody, apparently? Getting called nerd every 2 seconds? Welcome in, WPG. What's cheating? Or we're using a template? Brother. Do I really have to show you the full build and you want to see if you want to build it in survival? Schematic? I don't even think Link would want to do that in survival. I know it's a joke, brother. I'm messing with you back because you're gonna mess with me. I ain't gonna just take it. You gotta take it back. Appreciate the 5 stream watch streak though, Killian. You a true nerd there. 5 in a row. Really wish that I could like somehow be in range of the mob switch from brother. You gonna work TTS or like nah? Just no? Okay, cool. Thank you, Streamelowens. Appreciate you, bub. APG, appreciate the 500 bits though, my dude. Link is the type of person to do that. It would be interesting to see him try to like have his take on like a Star Wars build without that. It's like I don't know where he would start. If I'm gonna be honest with you, like what she would choose to take that route of. Like, would he do like a battle thing, or like would he just do like a certain? I guess it depends what the ascension is, though. Just build all games of Zelda. I think I have seen somebody do something with Zelda. I don't remember what it was though. I remember seeing something like recommended to me. Of some, I forget. Welcome in there, Purse. At least I'm not getting called a nerd off rip. AFK and hardcore and he just died. That is quite unfortunate, my dude. That is true, Achillian. It's also a reason why I just don't like hardcore personally. I don't like putting all that effort in and then just losing it all. not like how I enjoy the game. I can see the appeal to some people, but for me personally, like, it's not my cup of tea. Switching it out, fair. Only Purse would know. Why is that? Do you even play the game, McKinley? I feel like I never see you like post anything besides on like Link's SMP. It's an inside joke. I feel like you guys have like every other word you say is an inside joke. How many? A little bit over 3.6 million. This region I'm working on right now is only 215,000. And it's only a part of a Venator. That's the full finished back one that Rubik has finished, which is the same thing I'm doing here, just a little bit different. Only is crazy. I mean, in terms of like refer like relate in it, yeah, it is only because it's like a fraction of a percent compared to the whole thing. What the hell is this 2 light gray wool? So do you mass crafting yesterday? Yeah, I was doing it on stream a little bit ago too. I think you probably saw snippets of it. But yeah, it's cracked. Even if you don't use the mass crafting thing and you just use like the vanilla one, it's kind of crazy. The vanilla one's actually surprisingly decent. I use it myself sometimes as well. Yo, person, the 100 bits. Appreciate that, my dude. You didn't need to do that. Grab, please. That's not needed there, APG. If you feel like you want to, I will know. I will never say no, but it's not required at all. I just here for the vibes, man. Oh damn! Appreciate you, my dude. Over here, just building a game. Well, I'm making Star Wars, but that's it. I appreciate you, though, homie. Did not need to do that at all. I do not deserve it. Slacking at digging, true. Billion always putting stuff on the back end. 100%. I mean, to be fair, for how long we only had this build going, I feel like we're making decent pace for like only like 2 or 3 of us working on this. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but it's going to take a pretty long time. That's all I'm going to say. So there will probably be lots of streams of this in the future. No, realms are not good at all, in my opinion. They just a way for them to market something so they could get some money out of the stuff because everybody just self-hosts or play on a server or anything else rather than a realm, to be honest with you. Making a super smelter? Where did the super smelter term come from? Because everybody calls it a super smelter. It's a furnace array. Well, I don't get where that term came from. Yeah, it's my server that I started over 5 years ago now. It's called AutoCraft. I've been playing in the same world for 5 years, bro. Kinda wild. I mean, technically, it's private, but there's an application system that we have. Moved in with him. The space, true. Exclamation point join. I gotta add one just like Calm does. Just put like your Twitch or something there to catch you again. Where did the what name come from there, Killian? What do you mean? What you talking about, Bev? Games used to ban people. I wasn't around enough for Dame, to be honest with you. I only caught like a couple of streams at the end. Sedge. I wasn't tapped into the hardcore stuff of it. I think the only like hardcore person I watched at that time was like, besides Link, was like Bams. That was pretty much my only like people I watched on Twitch at the time. Learned about Dame too late. Dude was like absolutely cracked at building, especially free-handed. Move into your temporary storage. There's like a multi-item sorter or something there, Killian. AutoCraft came from the idea of just... I was always interested in like the farming aspect of the game. Oh, I did watch Atlas too, yeah. For sure I watched a little bit of Atlas, and then bros just stopped. But I was interested in the farming aspect of the game, so really early on I was still already doing stupid shit at stupid scales, kind of like BAMs at the time. Which now for me, BAM stuff is kind of just like small scale for the most part, besides his perimeters. But I always wanted to like effectively play the game as like it's creative, but you're just like doing large builds like this because you have all of the farms for stuff. So I wanted to automatically farm all that stuff, so that's the auto part of it, and then obviously just craft is just what every single Minecraft server has at the end of the second half of the name for the most part, besides a few. Wasn't really tapped into like tech stuff at the time. I was just interested in the farming aspect of the game. Let's face it, because I'm lazy. I'm very lazy, so I like having stuff do things for me. Why work harder when you can design something to do it better for you. You get me? That was my philosophy. That's kind of where it came from. Like, you'd have to find them first week. Damn. I mean, true. Like, if you find, like, when you first get into Twitch, if you're not, like, joining because you saw somebody's YouTube and they were like, you know, I stream on Twitch and this and that, like, finding that first person that you, like, will watch, like, religiously all the time kind of, like, sets you up for, like, what kind of communities you'll, like, sort of cater to on Twitch. I'm pretty sure the first Minecraft player I found was Bams. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of where, like, the big and the stupid farms came from, besides the fact of watching SideCraft beforehand. Oh, yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's like one day, or 2 days, kind of building. Alex has been doing this bottom bit right here. I've been doing that Venator, and then Rubik's been over here doing this Venator in the far corner. We've been doing some good stuffs so far for a few like minimal days. Oh, bulk sorters. The hell is a you don't? I find it hard to believe you guys have bulks, unless you just mean like shulker box storage, because I can't see you guys having a big bulk. Oh yeah, I'm using easy plays for this for sure, dude. It's such a complex build. There's so many different blocks and all that fun stuff. I'm not looking to build that by hand. But for like redstone stuff and like farms, I don't use easy plays. It's just personal preference for me. Smaller bulk. I'm still like the thing Impulse did, if I had to guess, where it has like some loose items and then that. I mean, we kind of call that like an accessible haul, but I could see you doing something like that, I guess. Oh, you're using a dig sort? Using it? How do you... Using a dig sort for a storage? That's not for digging? That's the first I've ever heard of that. How did I become friends with Link? Just by hanging out there and helping when he needed to with like redstone stuff. That's pretty much all I ever did, was I just helped out when he needed something and he didn't know what he was doing. I've been watching Link ever since the Guardian farm did. Whenever he was first digging out the ocean monument, that's when I was first started watching him. I've been lurking for quite a while. I mainly just lurk in streams for the most part. But if they have questions and I know the answer, I'll more than likely probably chime in if I know them and I'm not like a big streamer or whatnot. How many boxes? The whole sub-region. gotta do what Rubik did. I gotta condense the boxes. I don't have everything. This whole subregion here, Takeshi, is 215,000 blocks alone. So it's quite a few boxes. Items to store the items from the dig. Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess because... Yeah, okay, I mean, I get you now. I don't know why I didn't remove these yellow and black counting blocks, but I couldn't be asked. I don't know why it's coal either, but, you know. I guess because lazy. That'll be a good excuse. Making an actual storage. Yeah, I don't know what would work on there, to be honest. That's like, that'll be reliable. Besides this, like, bog standard stuff. Because, like, if the tree farm doesn't even work, I don't even know. You can't really do anything too complex. Oh, yeah, I know why it's there. I never removed it from the original download. No, you chillin'. I may have explained that in a weird way, so that might be partially on me. Trying to focus and not misplace or miss stuff and talk at the same time. Not the great combination. Yeah, I gotcha. They made cart miss on that server? There's no way they made Rapscallion's cart miss. No, there's that thing of all things, there's no way somebody made that. There's no way it's Raps. If it uses carts, there's a couple that I know of, unless it's something somebody cut off YouTube, which I wouldn't entirely recommend unless they link like storage text stuff in the description. I just wouldn't find that reliable at all. Carts are a whole nother like complexity to a storage. I would never want to do that. Mainly because I just hate MIS to begin with, but... If it's the most recent one that I know of, then I can probably visualize it. That I saw get archived there. Um, people have said good things about it, but for me, it's just not really. Um, how do I phrase this? Like top tier, at least for like late game. For like probably like mid game, it's probably fine. But for me, it's definitely not for me at all. Ready? Fall down 2 blocks. I mean, if they built it, I would hope that they're aware what the design was that they used. That would be kind of funny. Like, yeah, no, I don't know what it is. Huh? Hollow. Alright. Okay. Flip. Alright. Game just said no. There's no way I'm getting done this sub-region today. I think it was only about like 50% when I started. That's what I left it at, from what I can remember. Like the day before. Just like that, I'm already at inventory space. The hell am I tired, bro? The amount of comments I get on videos like, "Do you have a schematic? Do you have a schematic?" It's like, God, brother, like, read the description. I know it's hard for you, and I only mentioned in the video like 5 times to check the description. No, no, I know the dig sword. You don't gotta send that. I've used that thing a lot of times. Read it in 2026? I don't think people read anything in any year. Speaking of which, another comment. Let's see. Oh, it's actually a good comment. They're commenting on the Piston Boat Network. Thank you for actually being not like everybody else. No APG. 300 again, brother? Appreciate you, man. You're going crazy with the bits today, dude. Didn't you, like, just follow me, too? I swear I saw you in the activity feed yesterday. Yeah, 3 days ago. That's from when I rated link. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate you, my dude. Yeah, no, you're chilling, okay. I think Rubik had me modify a dig sort for somebody. Don't remember now. Who it was for? Oh, it was for training? Okay. I completely forgot about that. You haven't even used it yet, Rubik, or no?
Bruh.
The
APG
hell?
underscore 7123 played bruh for 50 bits.
What is that AI voice, bro? Appreciate the 50 bits though, my dude. I haven't heard one of those alerts in like probably ever since I put those there. I was so confused. I was like, that's not a normal alert sound. Like, what the hell happened? Oh yeah, that thing's going on. I just can't see myself ever doing something like that. Like playing on a world for like the max of 30 days and then it's just all over. 24, my dude, but just don't put your age in chat though. Can't have you do that. It's a TOS. Some really old throwbacks here. It's a lot of polish into that. My lord. Surely Link makes the leaf form edition sooner rather than later. I mean, to be honest, he hasn't even made the resin form, and I put that together like months ago. The leaf farm's just a simple addition. He could easily get that done in like under an hour. Such a small farm. I don't think you would know it, Rubik. It's not the one that we have because there was no way I'm gonna modify that TNT duper that puts it in the cobblestone into one that's dispenser based. There's just no way I could do that. As far as I know, this design's not archived anywhere in like the discords because it's not fully. Well, I mean it works, but TMCC has this niche where they don't like accepting farms that require carpet to use. And to be fair, that standard is just stupid. I would just recolor this, like, not color the sign, but like just change the subregion to like sign to like all completed or something. Something to signify that it's like finished or, you know, whatnot. Unless you want to take the stuff back to main storage and tear down the cycler. Okay. To be fair, it's probably easier to do that than keep it there. And then have to transport all the leftover stuff afterwards. What am I getting bumped for? Okay, really? All dogpiling with the bonks at the same time? What did I do, bro? Are we for real? 2? You know, there's sometimes where I wish I could have the pause thing in the air on servers. Oh, I never noticed that before. All the blocks look the same if you turn on F1. Heard he got bonked and thought I should join him. Wow. Call this streamer a boost. Call in HR. Of course I would. Oh my god, bro. Bro was doing dad jokes. Save enough inventory space for all this. It's the one downside when I'm only looking for like certain blocks, and I gotta cycle through all these boxes. How you doing, Kiss? Welcome in, my dude. After this layer, I'm gonna condense the boxes. Coal and blue stained glass, okay? There's blue stained glass. Just need coal blocks, and we're chilling. It's up to you, Rebecca, as long as you don't, like, you know, mix the boxes up. I mean, I'm cool with that, but I can always do it. It's not like it's going to take super long to do. I can probably make like a manual like box thing over here that we could use. Like we could put like the boxes on the one side, then you would then manually click the note block to place it on the one side, and then once it's filled on the right side, you would then click the note block to break it. And that way we could like manually condense them with like a actual system rather than just placing them on the ground and doing it. I feel like that could be beneficial as well, just for everybody. Such a peak song, this dude. How you doing, Pepper? Welcome in, my dude. I should have the materials in my ender chest to make it, Rubik. Won't be that complicated. Kind of just be similar to how we have like the ender pearls and the totem displays at the cannon. It would basically just be that. Damn sure listened to Don Tolliver for 7 consecutive days. The new album be a vibe. I wonder how many less blocks this would be if it was hollow. It's like that shit's all solid. Every single layer. You need help with something that involves redstone? It's not very specific. You need to be a little bit more specific than that, brother. Yeah, I did baseball. It's probably my main sport that I did for the longest. I did basketball as well. not for as long. I preferred baseball a lot more. I was also semi-pro in kickball. But I hated soccer. So I don't understand how I was good at that and not the other. But it was always the best feeling when you're the kid that goes up to the plate to kick and they all back up a lot. Because I would be the one to smack the shit out of that ball. Those are pretty much the only ones I did. I could run a lot, but I never really did it as like a sport. I just did it for fun occasionally. I could never do cross country. I couldn't do I couldn't do marathons. I could do like sprints and shit. I was definitely a sprint runner. The short bursts rather than the long-winded stuff. In a certain layout, what does that mean? And load what? Because there's a lot of different variations. Alright, APG. Appreciate you hanging out, my dude, and all the bits and stuff today, my dude. Hope you have a great great rest of your night, day, wherever you are. I'll see you all later. Or you later, my dude. This piece looks fun to build. I mean, the annoyance is I can't do it all in one inventory. It's like 2 or 3. Did you get that whole other bottom bit started, Alex? It's 80% done? Bro, you've been cracked at this stuff recently. Like that whole section over there, I logged in and I was like, what the hell? I'm just gonna refer you to the storage tech Discord, my dude. That's all I really can do. Because I'm a visual person. Like, I can't do stuff when you're not giving me a lot of things to go off of. Certain layout, it's very confusing. Like, I mean, heaps of things. Go to storage tech, go to the box loaders channel, scroll through there, look for what you need. Just be in the zone, true. I can tell. I have all this stuff here. Okay. Can I remember what this is? I can probably find it. Box displays. Yeah, okay, I thought that's what it was. 2 no blocks, I'm gonna do 4. 2 pistons, 2 observers, 2 dispensers. Hopper. Hmm. Um, I'm gonna move this. What's the void? Let's not fly into the void yet. Be a kind of smart thing to do. I think there's a slight issue with this. If you spam the boxes as fast as you can, I feel like this thing can serve like false output. So like even if the box has items, it can sometimes send it to here and it just despawns. Which I tried to mitigate with this, which works, but you still can't like spam click it. What I mean by that is you just go like this, just like open it. I'll do it with this. But like don't spam click as fast as possible, just go like this, wait, there. Like slightly slower than full speed it because it just can go to the wrong side. Rubik and I have been doing it so like that, and we haven't seen any false boxes as of now. I'm gonna go grab some more slabs. Have to redo my material list, but it's fine. Alright, Alex. Appreciate you stopping by, my dude. See you later. So with this, you're gonna just put the partial boxes you want to combine in this side or other side, whatever. And then put like some boxes over there. And then you're gonna just like combine them. So take some from this, put it all, fill this one up completely, break it, place a new one. Are these boxes part of it, or are they overflow from the other one? Actually, don't think I need this glass. What do you mean? Oh, I'm not using that, so I don't know. I can't see it being needed to be the same color shulker for that to do anything. Boom. I don't know how many boxes that was, but it was kind of a lot. And now it's all condensed. Is this part of mine or no? Right, yeah. Is this box mine or no? Okay, now we got that condensed. We can then start going back to building and oh, I gotta do this again. We can cycle a little bit faster, so it's less boxes to go through. I think that's a nice addition to have. My main goal for this whole project is to just build one of these vendors. If I build more than that somehow, then that's a lot of blocks. One of these is probably like probably like 750,000 blocks. I don't really look at it exactly, but that probably sounds about right. Gotta get a time lapse at some point. But I want to do like a whole sub-region in a single time lapse. It's just gonna take a long ass time. Maybe the bridge is smaller or some other part I can get done in like a single day. Maybe I do like the fronts of it, and then I time lapse the top final bridge portion of it. I don't know, I'll have to see. Such a big area to like to focus on, though. It's the only issue I'm seeing. Especially with flying back and forth. I guess Voxy can help. I don't know if replay or flashback works with that though. I know replay mod worked with Distant Horizons, or was it Bobby? Yeah, it was Bobby. I haven't had to render a time lapse with Vox. I mean, I assume so, because the chunks are effectively loaded on my client's end. I would assume that the replay would capture that. No. Surely. Alright. I don't want to go down there. Will say not being able to do a full layer with a single inventory, kind of annoying. Oh, we got one. Check out my website. Fuck. No. Get banned. Oh, there's the 2 slabs. Yeah, because it's such a good song, dude. Oh, I have so much stuff left. What did I miss? It's not what it is. I don't know what the rest of it is. Just update the material list and go grab somewhere. Oh, we're getting some reread out too. DJ is cooking. Was that coal, walls, and glass? Coal, walls, and glass. All good. Oh, that could have been bad. Yeah, I think after we do this, Rebecca, I think we really gotta buckle down and finish the piston bolt network. Not gonna lie to you, bruv. I think with easy plays though, it'll make it a lot more bearable. Thought that said 1 million for a second, but it's just 100K. They'll lay it down. Okay. Yeah, we've had 2 quarries so far. And I don't actually know how much terracotta we still have, but it's probably still a few million of other types of terracotta. But we've done one probably close to 4 years ago, like 3, 4 years ago. And then I think about like 2 years ago we did one, a larger one. And we do plan to do another one rather soon. It's just the path that we have cut out, apparently the quarry design we want to use isn't fully reliable in oceans, and it like breaks the block shield. So I haven't really started doing that yet, but we probably could. We really just need the quarry for the deep slate at this point, to be honest with you. I'll have to look at that at some point, but it's not a huge focus for us as of right now, because we have so much stuff for the most part still on hand. But yeah, we needed about like 550,000 cyan terracotta for this decoration, which is just a little bit. Yes, we do plan to make a terracotta perimeter that auto farms terracotta. But it's not going to be the large one like El Mango's. It'll be a lot smaller. But the plan is to have that farm near our, or like right next to our flower farm where we get all the dyes. And then we can have like a toggle to send the terracotta that we're getting automatically from that farm either to the bulk storage just for storing in regular terracotta form, or we could send it to the flower farm where we can like automatically get all the different types of terracotta in one area, essentially. This is a fun project. I feel like that would just be really nice to have a system like that where we don't need to worry about crafting it in the long run. But that'll be at a later date for that project. We also did finish a farm not too long ago that is 72,000 clay blocks that it converts per hour. And then it just blows it up. So it's what, like 2.5 times that in terms of clay ball return. Actually, I actually don't remember how much it drops. I haven't really looked into that. Well, yeah, so how we'll get the terracotta is it'll be a rooted dirt farm. And that rooted dirt farm will also produce logs as a byproduct. We'll take the rooted dirt, we'll convert it into mud with water bottles. That's an automatic thing like from the output of the farm. And then we will send that on top of the blocks with dripstone on it, so that will convert it into clay. And then you'll destroy those blocks to then create clay balls, and then you'll AutoCraft it back into clay blocks, and then you'll then smelt it with the wood from the azalea farm that's already there into terracotta. And then you'll have a secondary bone meal farm in somewhere that'll produce the bone meal for the azalea farm to run. Or the rooted dirt farm, rather. So it'll be all self-sufficient, and you just flip an on-off switch, and you're chilling. That's the plan for it. Oh yeah, 100%. Don't remember what video I covered it in. what video I covered it in. I covered it, but I don't remember. Rebecca, do you know? Oh, it's in the leaf farm video. I cover it. I see it. So at the end of that, I cover the charcoal perimeter that we did. It's a very large scale, but you can obviously downscale it. That's the concept of it. It's fully self-sustaining if you just provide it logs. Did I update the material list? I don't remember hitting the button. The charcoal array is Doc M's design, though. I really only did that because it's the most bone meal efficient in terms of logs to like bone meal ratio. And that's just because it was designed to run with as little lag in the background as possible. So using that and having a small-ish bone meal farm was the most efficient way to go about it, because a lot of the 1x1 trees to reach that scale of output would need like 100-some thousand bone meal per hour to keep up. Whereas with that, it needs like 20, 30k bone meal max. And that's very easy to make a farm for. That doesn't contribute a lot of lag. So I think that whole setup there that we had was running under 5 MSPT up here, and the max Aurora can be is around 50. So it's pretty low. The only other scale I guess you could do, let me show you real quick. We did the same sort of concept for our Cactus XP bank, and it uses a different farm. It actually uses a playerless Azalea farm. Which is pretty much the same amount of bone meal per hour. No, somebody turned this off. But it's the same concept. It's 2 layers, I think, instead of 3, so that's 16,000 bone meal per hour. And this is a playerless Azalea tree farm that outputs oak logs that then feed into a furnace array over here, which is the same thing, just a lot of scale down. But like that's the whole charcoal section, like the farms, and then that's the charcoal furnace arrays up here. Well, they're not charcoal furnace array, they're the cactus furnace array that we're using to smelt the XP. But this section down here is just for the charcoal itself. Your charcoal output would be this line right here at the bottom. There is a slightly faster farm with this. It's a different version. I think it's called a quad core playerless one, which is a bit faster, but I don't think it sounds like you're going for speed. So that's all we have there is just 2 layers of a 2x2 chromos with that farm that feeds into the input, which is right there. And then we have 8, 16, 20 furnaces of that stack design, like that. That's what we got there. And that gives us about I think about like 5,000 charcoal per hour, like 4 or 5,000 charcoal per hour running in the background. And we can have all this running in the background too, around like 5 MSBT, which is pretty nice because it's not really laggy at all. I don't think I have a video that covers that farm yet because that is a relatively new thing that they updated with. But we have used that farm in the past. If you look at the airbase video on my YouTube, that tree farm is used in there, which I think there's a link that you can get down there for that farm if you want to use it. But honestly, that 2x2 tree farm was easier to make than the azalea farm. If I had to pick one of the two that was easy, then I would pick the 2x2 spruce. Just because I've made so many of those before. But both of them have their positives and downsides. 2x2 spruce is a player. The azalea one can run fully in the background, which is why we chose it for the XP portion of the cactus farm, because we could chunk load cactus farms now. We don't need a player there. So it only made sense to have a thing with the... It doesn't need a player for the tree farm, so it can run fully in the background with nobody there besides a chunk loader. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. The ones we use for the spruce one is 3 8x loaders to keep up. I think we were getting a little bit over 160,000 charcoal per hour with the 2x2 spruce compared to the 5,000 you get, 4 to 5,000 you get with the azalea one. So it's all trade-offs. We use the 2x2 spruce to fuel our 3,456 furnace array though, so it really made sense because we would go through so much charcoal for smelting like stuff for a large project. So, just depends on what your use case is. How you doing, Idle? Welcome in, my dude. What is going on with the server? Like getting the materials for this? Yeah. We don't really need to smelt a lot, to be honest, for this, besides stone. No, don't worry about that there, Idle. I don't, you guys aren't expected to be here. I appreciate you guys that just even stopped by for a few minutes just to chat for a little bit.
Give me your fucking money!
Damn, he's late and he's asking for money? That's crazy. You don't want to make the furnace right because the filters are bad? There shouldn't really be filters on a furnace array, to be honest with you. Most annoying part of the furnace array that we made was the rails on the one side. But even then, it wasn't even that bad. It was just, like, tedious. Like, once you figure out one of them, then you can do it for the rest of them. And there is a tutorial on how to do the rails, too, so... But there shouldn't be any filters on a furnace array unless you're making one that has, like, a certain whitelist that it only accepts, like, certain items, which have been getting a little bit more popular, but, personally, I don't really see the benefits of that for the massively increased build effort. Oh, yeah, that's the Pyrolift one. That just, it has a whitelister, it's called, where it'll only allow certain items to go into the array, and a whitelister is very easy to do. It's definitely not that complicated, trust me. I didn't look in too much into that design, but I know what it uses to, like, have that you're talking about. TMC, as good as it is, they sometimes make things sound a lot worse than they actually are. If you don't want to do the whitelister because you're competent of a player, that you're not going to put something into the furnace array that can't be smelted, you can make the one that I made, which actually just ran out. The video just went out on Sunday on the array that we did. Which is what the one in TMC is based upon. Definitely, if you're smelting a lot of stuff, definitely do. I mean, you definitely don't need a full 1728 furnace array for the most part. Unless you're doing, like, giant-ass projects like us. And even for us, the double that we did of that, the 3,400 one, is complete overkill. But it's just so nice to have. It just means less AFK time. And waiting for things to be completed, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like overkill stuff. That's what I've always gotten me hooked on Minecraft is just doing a lot of shit that people normally wouldn't do. Whether that's farms or shit like this for giant builds and whatnot. But everybody plays the game differently and enjoys different aspects of the game. 192. So I can do math in my head. 192 furnaces can smelt 30-some thousand items per hour. Oh, it's 69,000 items per hour. Nice. So that, yeah, that's about a little bit under an hour for the 27 boxes. So yeah, I get you. For a while, I think I cover it in the video too, but we were surviving off 244 furnace arrays, I'm pretty sure, while we were preparing to update so we could actually make the new furnace array. And Ruby can probably attest to you, it was not fun. Downscaling from a 1728 furnace array and having to survive off 244 arrays, the speed at which shit gets done is ridiculous. You feel like you have the slowest thing imaginable. $216 barter. It's a decent amount. Anything that has to do with mobs, though, is always going to be a lot more annoying than anything. Even if you let the piglin barter and you can fully AFK get another pigs in there, it doesn't make it any better. We did a 256. Mainly just because it was one of our server members' farms. And I always like using those when I can. And overall, it's just a pretty decent farm, too. I can't complain. Really compact and everything, so, you know, can't go wrong with it. I actually was able to find, accidentally, like, a one-way system. So, like, I think it's in the gold farm video, too, but, like, I had, like, a little platform that they spawned on. They walked on here. And just for example, we'll say that's a vines. Like, this is a vine. And when they would chase me, they would go up the vine and get stuck, but because they're on vines, they can't grow back down. Mobs on like vines and ladders, they always hold jump. So like they would never be able to chase you back down. So like it was like a one-way that they couldn't get out of. And so I just did it that way. I did it all manually. I didn't use like a system to do it for me. I got it all done in one stream, probably like 4 hours. Just walking mobs back and forth, name tagging them, all that fun stuff. Like, depending on how many you need, like if we're talking about like iron farms, forget about it. The 99% of the build effort is in the villagers and pillagers or zombies or whatever you're using. But yeah, for anything else, yeah, it's definitely like a good percentage of the build effort is just for the mobs. Oh yeah, I put glass around that because it kept happening to us too. Because it's literally like a damn machine gun. It's like a whole volley of arrows get shot at you. They can see you for like half a second. Just boop. Not fun. Yeah, that happened to us quite a bit. And especially because I was moving it over manually, even though I couldn't fully block them off at that time, I was still getting shot occasionally over here and there. So I'm assuming that you probably found me from Illyria then, if I had to guess. Illyria's a homie, dude. Watching my vids for a few weeks. Appreciate it. Do you remember which was the first video that you saw? I'm always interested in this for the most part. People always find me like different farms or different things. It's never like one consistently. YouTube recommended? I'm getting recommended by YouTube poggers. It's like the hardest thing for like a small channel is to be on that page. I'm gonna guess before you say anything. Let's do recency bias. We'll do a recent video. We're getting a lot of traction from the new versions. So I want to say it's either the storage or the resin farm. I'm gonna go with the storage. Bone meal and boss farm. Shit. It was probably bone meal. Bone meal has been getting a lot of traction recently. Storage like 2 days after subscribing. Yeah, that video was a long one, so I don't blame you. It has a lot of information and all that fun stuff. Tree farming district, so it made sense. True. That definitely does make a lot of sense. Ooh, that kind of reminds me. I gotta remake the poll. Hold on. I gotta do a poll for the next YouTube video in the Discord. And the tree farm is on that and was the second highest votes. Can I copy this or is it not gonna let me? That's the one thing I hate about this poll is that I can't like reuse it or like copy it from the previous one. How do I even do that on oh, there? That's annoying as shit. Pale moss farm berry. Do all types tree farms berry. Trend farm berry. I forgot to add this in the last one. It's the new concrete super. Sculpt rook / sensor / I always spell this wrong. Speakerphone. It's not spelled wrong. Play farm berry. Organ farm berry. And frog let farm berry. Grass. Tree. Cry probably is the emote. Yep. Wait. You like long videos? I prefer long videos, to be honest, too. But this day and age, the videos are getting shorter and shorter because that's people's attention spans going out the window. I don't get it. I prefer long videos like that. I can't stand over edited stuff, dude. It's one of the reasons why I just um, don't adapt that style. Do my own thing. All right, poll's good. True, a lot of farms do need bone meal. It's very true. There's so many crops in the game now too. Like that's all that those things need. Always just keep adding more stuff like that too. Flowers, everything. If you like the long videos, you'll probably love the world tours then. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7, I think, of world tours. If we go all the way back from the 6-month one and up. Stone brick slabs. And they're all like 2 hours each, if not more. Who posted the Chronos tour? I know I did, and I know Illyria did, but I don't think anybody else did. From their POV. Oh, the old one. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's the one I did. I was there too. I'm pretty sure. That was really nice to be invited to that the one time. Oh yeah, Jor did stream it. Forgot about that. I don't know if they have their VOD saved anywhere though. Oh yeah, the Kronos is definitely still around it. They just don't really have anybody that's making content. Illyria have definitely taken a step back from the game entirely. Haven't really seen them in a while, to be honest. That's kind of the downside to a server when you don't have anybody making content. It sounds like you just go away. Like people, unless they're in the Discord, they don't really see a lot of stuff that's going on. But they're definitely still active. I can verify that for sure. I would join the Discord, Tarzino. They post a lot of they have like a progress update channel like we do. Where like if you don't see, like me, I have a consistent schedule just because I have like a backlog of videos that I can get out because I do a video for every project. And I can usually get the projects done in a reasonable amount of time. They have a lot of larger scale stuff, which I'm not surprised that they don't have a lot of stuff like that. They're still in base 1.21, as far as I'm aware. They're not in like any subversion yet. They're just in 1.21. Yeah, I think they have something different. Yeah. Some use progress updates, some use picks. Yeah. I like the name progress updates better, to be honest. Which is why I have it for ours. Yeah, Wave has a server screenshots one, I want to say. A lot of the servers like this do, because most of them just don't have content creators, so like that's their way of like posting like an update to something. Yeah, they do a lot of mining. They have a lot of people that love to do that on the server. We're at what, 50 Rubik? Yeah, we're at 56. We should be probably around 60, 65 with like old people from the server that aren't on the server anymore, as well as the stat reset. We should be about like 60, 65,000. If I had to guess. Oh yeah, for sure. Instant Mine Deep Slate is definitely needed if you're going to be doing anything down there. Speaking of trees, It's the tree dude. How you doing, tree? I think I've made, I'm gonna say probably like what, like 8 shulker boxes, maybe 9 of netherite pickaxes. I made so many before we updated because I didn't want to have to like worry about the diamonds and shit that I would have to do for the templates. So I went overkill. Camino was an idea you had. I know we did talk about it. I may have talked about it on stream at one point too, so that's maybe where we probably like originally had the idea, so that could have been a thing. But I never thought I would actually do it, yet here we are. It's just such a cool build, dude. And it kind of fits. Like, obviously it's not floating, but like, you could kind of say that the Tapoka City is actually floating. Just on water, but there is support pillars, so like, kinda not. I just didn't want to do something that everybody did before and just do like a Death Star or what have you. I want to do something a little bit different. So lore-wise, not entirely, but I have seen the stand Death Star. Personally, I don't like the block palette of it, where it's a lot darker in like the panels. But everybody's done a Death Star. I just didn't want to copy what everybody did. It's been done countless times. I haven't seen anybody actually build this in survival, so I was like, yeah, fuck it. Geek Boy also did one, yeah, true. Templates are bad. True. Was it optimal to collect blocks for? I don't remember the block list for that one. Death Star with a strike cannon? Oh, good lord. I think it'll probably blow itself up more than to hit a target. He charges $70 for that? Is that the price of his Patreon? Damn. I would have 100,000 deep slate. Well, yeah, if you're early game, I think that he was when he made it, yeah. All the end game would be a part of it. Am I remembering this correctly? Oh yeah, the CIS one. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was. The name looked mainly, but I was like, I never heard it actually be called like that. I always forget that name. That could be cool. Because it is a circle. Oh, he has it paywalled per build. That's even more ridiculous. Yeah, that ship could be cool. I wanted to do like a space battle, but there'd just be so many ships. And I wanted to have like at least the main part be like a bit centered around a certain thing. And then like maybe we could go down the line later and like expand this. It's like we have so much space to play with here. Not really so much, but we have like a good amount of space to play with here. Or if we just do it in a completely different area too, in like the overworld or whatnot. Have you seen um the one he's been working on stream? The new one? For the Nether hub thing, whatever he's gonna call it. Oh yeah, start of Friend of the Sith, yeah, above Coruscant. I know Tom on Mars did that, but it only had one cruiser and one. I always forget the name of that fucking ship. It's the CIS one, but the long one like Grievous's. I always forget the fucking name of it. Uh, so I'm not an anime person. I don't know, but I forget which one it's from. I searched it up before. Hold on. Does he have his replays on YouTube? Malevolent Shrine. I'll link it. But he has like cracks in the bedrock, and he's gonna do that all manually. As well as the giant hole in the center. Which I hope he uses a three-way breaker or something for that big giant area. Because that's gonna be miserable if he does that all by hand. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how. Uh, Redstone Advanced he is. I can't say I've really seen him build a farm besides like a simple thing. So I don't know how well he would do with the bedrock breaker like that. Even if it was just like Desu's, I don't know how that would go. At the very least, you should use the 20 hertz one. Yeah, for sure. If it doesn't use the 20 hertz clock, that's going to be even more miserable. The bedrock, it looks good for sure, like in terms of like the build. Um, but doing that in survival, fuck yeah, no, bro. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if he did. He collected all that without a farm? I thought he had some small farms when he did the Marine Ford one. "23 piglins? That's essentially nothing." 2x2 dark. Okay, yeah. It's not good at all with redstone. Oh yeah, the Death Star was all just impulse orders. I remember that now. Yeah, that was a sight to behold. Was that thing? Click on the link I have in the chat, Rubik. I was in a couple of the build streams, and he is going to build a mob switch. I assume it's just going to be zombie villagers. I don't see him doing like withers or wardens or whatnot. Okay, I get you, Tree. I get you. Yeah, cracks like that always look pretty cool, but making that with bedrock, fucking hell, bro. That bedrock might actually take longer than... Depending on the way he does it. If he doesn't use a 3-way bedrock breaker, it might actually take longer for him to break the bedrock than it did for him to build the Marine Ford thing. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not surprised they said that because they're not wrong. He usually builds like a CMP player. True. At least he does take into consideration like hollowing stuff out and whatnot. So like he has that aspect covered. Um, but yeah, not thinking about how you're gonna end up doing it in survival is not the best thing to go about doing stuff like that skill. Look in TMCC Discord, they're idle. There's a few. We have one on the server that's a lower end one, but it still works perfectly fine for me. You're back, APG. Welcome back, my dude. It said weeks. Oh yeah, for sure. Wouldn't be surprised if he had like a full month of streams of just doing bedrock breaking. If he does it in the most inefficient way. Which, if he looks at chat for like half a second, he should get some idea of what to do, but I don't know if he would actually do it. That's the difficult part. Because like you show him a bedrock breaker, but like, oh, that's small enough, and then he goes to build it, it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He's gonna launch so many different things off when it doesn't need to. He's gonna get all the pistons too, then I'm thinking about that. If he doesn't use a recycle breaker. That'd be so many pistons if he doesn't use a recycle breaker. For him to make without a farm and whatnot. Oh my god. I really like the one ship you said. Because I can't say I've seen somebody do that before. I think the world between worlds would just be, it would be cool, but I think it's just too bland to really have as something for the end. Like it's fitting, but it's also like it's too fitting because it's not really anything like special. You know what I mean? Mm. Trying to think here. Do you want something Star Wars related, or is it just like we were like floating ideas around and we like both like Star Wars? I don't know if you like Halo or not. Something Halo related could be cool. If you like Avatar, the blue people Avatar, not the anime. I feel like if you do anything Interstellar related, you'll just be compared to Wumba because of that he was the one to do the black hole. Or anything planet related for the matter of fact, to be honest. Dave Show always thought in Dimensional Star Wars would be cool. Okay. I'm trying to think of that would actually fit the end dimension too, because like there's other ones, like other planets that I've seen that just wouldn't fit for like a main end build though. Because, like, to me, for an end build, it has to be something like that sort of resembles a circle in some form of way. Like, mine isn't really fully a circle. It's, like, very lopsided. Like, the gateways are here, and, like, this, like, the ship steps out over here, and, like, over here and whatnot. It's, like, buildings and buildings and buildings. It's, like, it's kind of fitted, but it kind of doesn't. But just because of the way the gateways are shaped, that like, it makes sense to have something circle or circular. So it's like trying to find Star Wars things that are circular, besides just doing like a planet, kind of be difficult sometimes. Forget what the other ideas that I had floating around when I was trying to decide that was Star Wars related. There was a Coruscant one, like the Coruscant planet. Doesn't really fit the end aspect of it, but mine doesn't really either. Yeah, there's a couple. There's a hangar in the cloning facility in the middle. Yeah. You didn't put the exclamation point in front of that idol. Then it'll work. The city part. I think it had a download link. Let me see. Yeah, there's a world download. So many Death Stars, bro. I'm just scrolling through YouTube for Star Wars builds, and there's so many. It's crazy. Yeah, that was my main concern as well. Um, with like trying to make it work. Like my pillars for this one kind of just go into the void. There was really like no other alternative, to be honest. The hard part is like, cause like I'm not really like a builder, so I can't really like design the own things too. It's like I have to rely on other people's designs. Sometimes they don't always work for like what I'm looking for. The Jedi Temple would look interesting floating in the air. Um, Trying to think of like other like battles and whatnot that could be interesting, but I don't really see like any other ones that are like made in Minecraft already, which is the hard part. I was tempted to do Tom's what's it called? What the fuck's the place called on Rogue One? Why am I forgetting in it? Scarif. I was tempted to do Scarif, but I didn't really know because the water wouldn't really look as clean because um he used the biome texture in for it. So I wasn't fully sold on that one. But I think that because it has like a circular portion of it, it could fit kind of well. And I also don't know about the world height because I think that he used the overworld world height for it, and that wouldn't work with how tall that damn center spire is. Like that would need to be downscaled. Doing the Ewok village, that on Endor, that could be actually interesting because you could tie the trees to the gateways. I don't actually really like that. But yeah, you're not wrong with having trees like floating in the air would be a bit interesting. Unless you have like a ground floor, but I don't know about that one. Like unless you like had like a sky, like you basically fully enclose the gateways. So like you would have walls, you would have a sky, you have a floor, and then you would be like inside that as your main end build. That would be the only way I could think it would uh fit in terms of like realistic portions of it. But then that's just so much more built-in. Maybe the shield gate. True. It could work. Could possibly work. But in the overall, yeah, that's pretty much where I think I would do a lot of these other ones that I want to do. It's just in the overworld. Because it's just so much easier to fit in. And seem a lot more realistic. The end's just so rough because it's all empty emptiness. Would you want to do the one I was talking about, like the Coruscant fight at the start of episode 3? Because I know Tom did that battle. But you could probably add more ships into it as well. I know it's only one cruiser and one of the other ones, the Star Frigate. I got you. It's in chat there. Who's us, Joker? And when is also important. But yeah, if I were to do that one tree, I would probably add more ships into it because having only 2 ships, I don't really classify it as like a battle. I think, yes, there's smaller ones, but I think like more of the Venators and frigates are definitely important. It's a dogfight with big ships, essentially. Yeah, not just like jets or whatnot, but I get what you mean. How you doing, Eros? Welcome in, my dude. Yeah, definitely if you could like modify it to be like exploded and like fallen, yeah, definitely. I think it could be a lot more cooler to have that rather than just 2 ships next to each other. I think it's like a nice foundation to start off, for sure. You can't go wrong with battles. They're always really interesting to look at. Well, like I said, Joker, when, like, that's kind of important information. Been lurking. Appreciate that, my dude. I'm chilling. Just kind of just been building in the background with the talking about some stuffs and vibing. You get me? Have a focal point. True. I guess that kind of is kind of important. Maybe you could spawn in like the no, the height's too low. What's the platform in like Y50? So you could spawn in the bridge, but yeah, it's like Y50, so that's not really possible. I think they added Obi-Wan's and Anakin's fighters. So you could like maybe like try to spawn in or next to those, and that would be like your center point, and then you could have the ships like around the gateways there, and then flying towards like the frigate, essentially. So that would kind of make lore sense in a way, but I know I have a lot of stuff going on at the end of March, so I don't believe I would be able to. Yeah, I think that would be like if we're talking just about that fight specifically, like that would be like the thing that makes the most sense because it's the way that the whole movie opens up and everything too. So it kind of makes sense for you to like spawn in that scenario in the first place. Welcome in, Pumets. Yeah, no, that link definitely works because other people joined when they asked for it. I can tell because the welcome channel lit up. So it is working. You chilling? I get that there, Pumets. Work's been, for me at least, crazy recently. But Tom has some other good things on there. They're a little bit lower on the Patreon prices, I guess you could say, because you just pay the one monthly flat rate and you can get access to everything. And then you can basically just cancel it immediately, so you only pay for 1 month. But then if they ever add anything else that you want to get, you have to like resubscribe again. But the link's definitely not expired or invalid, I can tell you that much. Off the top of my head, I don't know for sure. I really don't. Don't want to go back. That's me every day, dude. I feel that way too much. Don't want to, but I have to if I want to continue to, I don't know, live. Guess that's kind of important. You still be playing Minecraft Pumets occasionally? You haven't streamed a lot recently. have a record once you figure out the killing method. Yeah, that's kind of how a lot of farms are. It's there theoretically, but not in practice. No, I can definitely can see that, Pumetz. It makes sense for sure. Like, I get that for sure. Sometimes I just don't want to make like the YouTube video aspect of it. I kind of just want to like play the game. And to me, I feel like streaming allows that a lot better than making a YouTube video. Like there's sometimes I wish I could just stream all the time and not make YouTube videos. But like if I had to pick one, if I had to either keep streaming or keep YouTube, I would keep streaming. It's more laid back. I don't gotta worry about like editing anything or thumbnails or all that fun stuff. I can just play the game in real time, talk with people. Because to me, making like YouTube videos was like a job, you know? I can do all this extra stuff outside of playing the game, whereas with streaming, I can just play the game. Yeah, the issue with that is I would have to figure out the music side of it, because I don't know if I can send different tracks to YouTube. And I don't want to have to give up listening to the music I love listening to. You get me? I can't go back to listening to non-copyright music. I can't do it. If I can do that, then for sure, I might consider it. If I can't, no. But the one's like a chore, I get that. That's me with YouTube, like the majority of the time. Especially with like all the time lapses and having to like go to like a whole different system just to export those and then wait hours for that and then wait, you know, for the video itself to export and type up the whole description and then link all the stuff that I link for like farm references or guides or anything that I use. I like to do that. So it's like it's a whole process. Still have the gears, you can start anytime. Oh yeah, that's the best part about it. Like you can just whenever start up again. And you have a lot of people that would actually watch you if you do. There's so much wool. Oh yeah, I hated when I first started doing that. It was just it gets so like stale. It's just the same song. Like let's listen to the same song over and over again for the most part during stream, but like at least that's somewhat different, and they're like better songs and just non-copyright stuff because it's just like a few notes. That's all it is. It's not anything special. I'm not the best when it comes to like farm designs and theoretical stuff and whatnot. I don't normally do all that myself. And I am trying to get this and one more layer done today if I can before I end stream. And then start up again. Would be cool. Just don't feel forced into it though. That's the worst. When people always ask me about burnout, I say never force yourself out of it. It's literally the worst thing you could do. But I haven't streamed in a while in terms of like when I want to, just because the fact that I haven't really had a lot of stuff to do on stream per se. Like I only like streaming when I have like projects or stuff to work on. I just don't like streaming when I have like I'm gonna just walk around aimlessly. Like I don't like that at all. Like even this is like kind of boring, but a lot of people like watching this stuff, so I'm like, yeah, I'll stream it. I don't mind. An end perimeter? Well, an end is like already a perimeter in the first place. Like I don't, when we have like these where I cleared the end islands, I don't really count that as a perimeter because it's already mostly void to begin with. So like to me, it's like it's already a perimeter in the first place. So like no. And I also don't really care for like the world border and stuff like that. Mainly just because of the file size for like literally nothing gain per se. Besides like just some slightly faster farm, well not really slightly, but like some faster farms that are just a pain in the ass to get to work on, to all this fun stuff. Like it's just not something that interests me. It's kind of like the same thing as like how I don't really care for like illegal items. It just doesn't interest me for some reason because also the fact that everybody is doing it in terms of like technical Minecraft. They're all doing the same thing with like world border, pig cannons, these fast farms at the world border. Like, they're all just doing the same thing. And I don't like doing it. That's not why I got into Minecraft, just to copy what other people do. So that's kind of like my reasoning, I guess, but it doesn't interest me to do that per se. What I need to do is a drive. That's also true. Like we always have stuff to do in Minecraft, but like Ruby just said, like the dig-in stream, we're digging out a giant geode farm perimeter. I haven't been there since it was flattened, which I flattened the whole area down to sea level. Why? Because I gotta be in the, like a mood for me to start digging. I don't like certain days I just can't stand it. Certain days I like it. But if like forcing myself to dig when I don't want to is not a great way for me to enjoy or just get burnt out instantly. We haven't touched the Nether Hub in months because it was a pain in the ass to do, and it was very tedious and, you know, repetitive and all that fun stuff. So like, we haven't touched it, but we're going to after this build is done for sure because we have to get it done. We don't really have to, but like it'll be like a really nice thing to have done because it's like the core of a world. And it'll make items transported into new you know, locations for projects a lot easier, and be a huge quality of life thing to finally get done, but it's just such a huge undertaking. At least for how big our world is. Like, we have hundreds of projects, over 100 projects that need locations and bolts made to them, so it's doing this so late game is like a very tiring thing to do. If we would have had this started when we first did the world and, you know, had all that stuff like that, it would have been fine. But with how late we are, it's just exponentially more annoying. Diesel punk video, or video, goddamn, building creative, but I'm gonna stop right now because I can't find relevant things for it. Yeah, I'm not the most creative person when it comes to like designing my own stuff, so I feel that for sure. Like, I'm heavily reliant on inspiration from outside sources more than anything, for sure. %, though. Oh damn, I'm sorry, but that's never easy at all. But I do get what you mean in the terms of like, it's like hard to like find like the motivation to do stuff after that happens. I think I took like, honestly, like a couple weeks off of like not doing anything. Like a year or so ago when that happened in my family. Like, I didn't even touch my computer for the most part. This is wool. What's the back? Yeah, I appreciate that, Rubik. And for me, that's like unheard of, for like to not even like join the world or even be active in Discord or anything. Like, that's happened like maybe like once or twice throughout the whole time I've had this world and everything. I didn't update the material list. I am smart. It's the third time I've had to go for this layer, or is it the second? I think it's the third. That's insane. Oh yeah, distance makes it so much harder, for sure, there, Boomets. Sea lanterns. Look out for sea lanterns at the bottom there. There it is. When do we start getting some actual... Oh, the next layer. Cool. I'll probably stop after this one then. Because the next layer will be a lot more blocks for sure, dude. Because we get to start doing the top of the wings next, which... like the first few layers. It's a lot of blocks. It's not just like the outside edge anymore, it's the whole top. And slowly staircases up. Let's drop. If Rubik and I have placed combined over 200k, I don't know how much Alex has placed in. We might have gone through almost half of the cyan terracotta already for this whole build, which is kind of wild. The bricks are so loud. Holy shit, dude. Compared to all the other blocks, it's ridiculously loud. There's a big ships, true. There is a 1-to-1 scale one that was just ridiculous. The full interior as well. I don't think the interior is like exact, but I think the build is over 5 million blocks, which is just ridiculous. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 18 layers left, and then the full first subregion of the Venator is completed. I got a part of a wing here I got to do at some point, but that's part of a region, but... Well, this is somebody else's design. Their warriors. I'll have it linked in when I do the video, but it's on Planet Minecraft. That's where we got it from. From, I think, like 11 years ago or something ridiculous. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings, so I'm a little bit uncultured in that department. Let me see. Good bot. Ban and deny. Get out of here. That is, that sure is something. Holy, that's a lot of mountain. That's a lot of white, too. I can only imagine that material is even more quartz than I had to get for this shit. Fucking hell, bro. It looks sick, don't get me wrong, but god damn. Quartz factory. Broski. Like, I'll do stupid stuff with the overworld of farms, but that's next level ridiculous. I'm also uneducated in Expedition 33. What is this? Is interesting looking. A lot of green. Lots of green. 17 to I brother. There's very few things I will ever do in this game again. I do not want to move more piglins. I'd rather move that many villagers than piglins. What even is the large one in TMC? I forget what the new one archived is for barter. Isn't it only like 500? Yeah, the new one is 540. And that's 117,000 quartz per hour. To gold farm constantly for 3-1 for it to be worth turning on. True. How fast does this one go through gold? Oh, yeah, it only goes through 36,000 gold blocks per hour. Fuck, you know. So if we do the math here, that would go through that would go through 108,000 gold blocks per hour if we do a 1728 version of that. 108,000 gold blocks. That thing will run through 1,000,000 ingots per hour. Brother, my farm makes 1,000,000 gold nuggets per hour. What? Imagine the lag on that shit too. Like, holy. Well, I mean, the idea of a barter is to not have it like fully sustain a gold farm, or a gold farm to fully sustain a barter farm. The idea is that you run the gold farm for a while, stockpile, and you barter over time, but yeah, every time, yeah. You need to space out the piglins so much more than that. Oh, for tattoos, Rubik? You like Lord of the Rings? I gotcha. Saw a solo player make a 1728 piglin barter farm? Are they on fucking drugs? Like, god damn, Rubik. Broski already got that much built, and I can look like I got jack shit done. Looks like I didn't even do anything today. Bro's out here pulling out this fucking thing. I think I did like less than 10 layers. I did 9 layers. This brother's out here getting the whole fucking platform. Shit, god damn it, brother. I mean, that's true. There's a little bit of that to it. Actually work the city one, some divides in the world with black, so I can make it void. Yeah, that build was definitely designed in creative. I mean, you could probably easily, like, world edit, just change the block types easily. Because there's no way you need, like, deep slate coal and those kind of things. There's definitely other alternatives you could do. For sure. Drakaton. I know which one you're talking about, Takeshi. That guy, oh my god, that guy put that guy everywhere, and it's just I put it in the hate watch channel. I can't sometimes with that. Oh, this is the fucker that I saw for the gold farm. Shit, this was the gold farm I saw. I don't know if this still works. Nope, broken in 1.21.5. Never mind. I was gonna send it to Com, but I was like, oh, never mind. It's too high for him. The Quanter. 5.6 million items per hour. Have a good night, Idle. I'll be ending off soon, pretty soon as well. Yeah, but it's broken though. What going on, Spotify? Spotify's having a fucking stroke. $30 MSBT. Are we being for real? 12th gen i5. Is that a fucking laptop processor? 12450H and a 4050. That seems extremely low. 1.21.2 and higher. Why? $315 single item type cart filters. That's ridiculous. I gotta watch this later. It's like fucking 50 minutes. Obviously, Takeshi's not live because he's here. The line, I could have just ended here, to be honest with you guys. I do not see anybody on my list that I normally do read out to. Alright, yeah. We'll just end it off here. I don't know. I've been watching all that stuff on my own, Rubik, to be honest, in that Hate Watch channel. Well, yeah, got some good progress. I don't know if we'll be able to finish this sub-region tomorrow. You know, certainly try. And I'll try to stream for sure. If not, I'll be working on it anyways, but might as well try to. It is quite fun to have some people to yap to. Otherwise, I'll just be watching a show on Netflix or that fun stuff. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. Got some good progress done today, and we'll see you about tomorrow. Rest of your night, day, whatever. See you dudes all later.